this lecture, we will examine the most recent Ebola virus disease outbreak in West Africa, its severity. The World Health Organization declared the EVD outbreak of 2014 an international public health emergency. We will consider the disease's effect on the region's psyche, as well as the control of the outbreak. Did you know that the chain of transmission of EVD was successfully broken in 3 West African countries simultaneously? Would you like to know? Then come with me. In March 2014, the World Health Organization reported an Ebola virus disease outbreak in the tiny West African nation of Guinea. Traced to a small child, who subsequently died, the disease quickly spread to neighboring Liberia and Sierra Leone. The first such epidemic ever recorded for the region, it was so major that in August, just 5 months later, WHO deemed the outbreak to be a public health emergency of international proportions and urged the global community to assist the affected countries, as the countries themselves had neither the physical nor the financial resources to manage such a large-scale outbreak. In September, WHO released the following statement: "The Ebola epidemic ravaging parts of West Africa is the most severe acute public health emergency seen in modern times. Never before in the recorded history has a biosafety level 4 pathogen infected so many people so quickly over such a broad geographical area for so long. Nevertheless, implementation of strict contact tracing and isolation protocols," remember we discussed both of those in Section 4, was able to contain the spread of EVD further. By January 2015, just 5 months from WHO's declaration of the epidemic's severity, there were a mere 100 new cases of the disease reported in a week's time for all 3 countries. And that's pretty remarkable. And by April, that number was down to just 30 confirmed cases. Now, all of that is quite the testimony in favor of the combined efforts of national and local authorities, international and local healthcare workers, and the citizens of those 3 countries to conscientiously squelch and ultimately halt the dissemination of unarguably the most deadly disease of modern times. On December 29th, Guinea was finally declared free of Ebola virus disease transmission, and authorities rightly declared victory as the 3 countries, remember Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone, successfully broke the chain of EVD transmission. Now, all told, nearly 29,000 cases of Ebola virus disease were reported, and more than 11,000 deaths from the disease were confirmed. So in this brief lecture, we have examined some of the specifics of the 2014-2015 Ebola virus disease outbreak in West Africa. But just how did EVD make its way out of Africa? We'll tackle that mystery in the next lecture. See you soon.